Hey y'all, Dana with Sullivan Family Homestead here. How's it going? I see I've already got some people impatiently waiting. Hey Mr. Tim, how's it going? See, we've got Pickers and Wonderful Blessed Life is in here. Hey Cherish, how's it going? Hope's Homestead's in the house. How's it going, everybody? Hey, Miss Bandana. I'm seeing folks coming in. It's so exciting. It has been a busy, busy week. Starting last week. Busy 2 weeks. That's what I mean. Hey, McCrae's, how's it going? Hey, Pia. I'm really glad to see you guys. Hey, Shyler. My kid is in here. Hey, Shyler, after this, generally I'm done about 9 o'clock. Are you going to be around? Hey, Southern Arc. How's it going, Miss Nina? So, I've got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. A whole lot of stuff. Look, I've got a list. You can't even see it, can you? There we go. I'm not going to let you see it too quick because I don't want you to know what I'm going to talk about. That's good. I'm glad to know you're doing good. Oh, Miss Bandana, let me tell you something about that spinning. Girl, my shoulders across here were so tight. In fact, they're still a little bit tight. Yeah, it was intense. I got home and man, my shoulders were sore and tight, and I have this aromatherapy neck wrap that I use, and it's got like flaxseed and lavender and, you know, all the good stuff, chamomile and stuff like that in it. And the microwave and heat it up a little and just put it on there. It's like, oh, so nice. So much better. Yeah, well, the fiber that I was spinning, I was trying to get done for Robin of Big Bear Homestead. So I was trying to get it done for her so that she could take it home with her. So anyway, I was trying to get as much done as I could so that she'd have some to take, but you know, I got most of it done. I've got a little bit left to do, and I'm going to get it done and send it to her in the mail. So you have a big surprise cow? What? 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 What are you talking about? I've got a scratch that I got this weekend, and I've been picking at it like I don't know what. I'm trying to keep it lotioned up so it doesn't irritate me. Okay, so I have a lot to talk about. So I'm going to get started. It's 8:03. I'm here. I was here on time. That right there is an indication that my busiest events are over. I am not a frazzled and frayed mess today. So, oh, you have a cow hot pack. Okay. I gotcha. So you guys know this past weekend was the Homesteaders of America conference, and if you were not there, you missed an incredible event. An incredible event. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Okay, Shyler, I'll message you when I get off here. Hey, lady. Hey, lady. Psst. Yes. Cherish, what kind of bread are you making, darling? Are you making my bread? Are you making me some bread? I like bread. Hot bath with Epsom salts and a few drops of lavender. You know, I would love to, but can you believe that we have 2 bathrooms in this house and neither one of them have a bathtub? Both of them have showers. So the only tub I get is, you know, you don't know my recipe? Oh, listen. You need to go look at my video. The big old loaf of Amish white bread that I gave you, I think I gave you some when you guys came up, was it in July, for Christmas in July? That bread. I've got a recipe video on here, you know, here. Yeah, it's good. Melissa, you've been doing it, haven't you? Did the kids like it? Yeah, Pia, I'm telling you, that was one thing. Like when we moved in here, uh, we were seriously considering that we were going to tear out the shower and put a tub in because, yeah, like it's a serious thing. But we ended up getting a hot tub, which is so not off grid. I'm not off grid. I like my electricity. But you know, we like to get in the hot tub sometimes, and it's nice. It's outside and it's open air, so you know we can be in there and watch the stars, and it's really nice because it's really nice and dark out here. So it's cool. So I get my hot tub there. So yes, I'm glad that you like that bread, Cherish. I absolutely love, love, love that bread recipe. So anyway, yeah, go check out that video. That's the recipe right there. It's the same recipe that I used for the bread that you got. So it's exactly the same. So that's because you are always ornery, Tim, and she did not know you rock. Oh, actually, here's what happened, Tim, with the bread thing. You know, if you were here last Thursday, you saw how frazzled I was trying to get everything caught up and ready to go to the conference. I had our biggest event, our biggest craft event of the year, the weekend prior. So what was that? The 7th. The 7th was Old Time Saturday, and that was literally, that is our biggest craft event for the whole year. And so I had just finished that, and then bam, the very next weekend we're at the conference. And so I was struggling to get things done that I desperately needed to get done for the conference. I really wanted to take a few loaves of bread, but it just didn't happen. It was actually the one thing that I just didn't get to get done beforehand. So you know, maybe I'll bring you some next time. Maybe. If you're nice to me. I actually made, 22 loaves. 22 loaves for Old Time Saturday. And I sell out. Every time I bring bread to one of the craft fairs, I sell out. Generally speaking, anyways. Maybe I have 1 or 2 loaves left, but usually I bring a box full and I go home empty-handed. So, you know. Uh, well, you know, Cherish, it sounds like you're coming up on the 18th for that craft fair that I've got going on at the Brazelton Lodge. Is that right? I think Kaylee said that she wanted a booth for you guys, so you may be here on the 18th anyways. Tim, you can always make a road trip to Tennessee, you know. Come out here to our craft fair and maybe there'll be some bread ready for you. So, no, Tim's not nice at all. Yeah, Pia, that was the prize I got, the consolation prize I got for not making Matt dig up the shower. So he said if he got me a hot tub, would he have to still pull up the shower? And I said, no, if I have the tub, I don't need a shower or don't need a bathtub. So he got the tub instead. So You know what? That's a great idea, Cherish. Ooh, that's a great idea. But if you're not going to be here, then, you know, that's kind of a bummer. Find out and let me know. Let's chat. Okay. Hey, Cher. Tim. Okay. Back on track. Oh, did he, Cherish? That's awesome. I enjoyed talking to him too. He's pretty cool. So, oh, see, there you go, Melissa. You better get ready because we've already talked about it before. Cherish and I have already talked about doing a meet and greet up here because there's actually some really cool spots here, and you know the weather stays nice a little longer here, and it's absolutely gorgeous here. So, you know, we've talked about it, and I expect it just needs to happen. So, okay. I'm going to run out of time because I got a lot to talk about. So, the conference, holy moly. Like I said, if you were not there, you missed an incredible event. An incredible event. So, there was so much going on. Oh my gosh. All the speakers, I didn't get to hear them speak because I was busy spinning like a mad woman. But I got to meet every one of them. In fact, as it turns out, Mr. Joel Salatin himself was standing over me watching my spinning demonstration, and I remember him saying something. I remember responding, but I just kind of glanced over that direction. I didn't really pay that much attention to who was talking because I had other people there that were asking questions too. And when I realized who it was, I turned back to look and he was gone. But I was told by a few people that actually got to listen to him talk that he mentioned the spinning lady in the barn. So I'm hoping to get to watch the videos later. I know Amy's going to be working on putting together a conference video for folks. And I'm definitely getting one so that I can go back and listen to the speakers and see what it was exactly that Joel said about me, because that's pretty freaking cool. So I'm just saying that's really cool. So, but that was just one of the things. That was just one of the things that was cool. I got to talk to Esther Emery and visit with her for a few minutes, and that was so cool. Like, that was one of the coolest things about the whole deal, was getting to talk to these people that you see on YouTube, and you know that they're real people and they're doing real things, but they're on YouTube. I mean, they're like movie stars almost, right? So, I mean, it's just really cool to meet them in person and talk to them, and they are all so natural and just like you see them in their videos. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen some of the recap videos and some of the folks who've already posted their conference videos, and they all say the same thing, and it's absolutely true. I mean, it is absolutely true. All of those people were so real and so down to earth and so incredibly cool. So, if you guys saw Hope's Homestead video when she did the conference recap and everything, she had pictures on there and stuff. And there's a picture of she and I standing in front of Doug and Stacy's banner, and we're acting totally goofy, like fangirling about it, like, it's so cool. So, it was just really cool to see them. There they are walking around amongst us like everybody else. It was really awesome. Oh my gosh, so many cool people to meet. Tangi and her husband, actually Tangi and her family, Amy Fuel and her family, of course, Miss Cherish, Two Family Homestead, Pratt Family Homestead. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I knew they were going, and I was so excited to meet them, like, so excited to meet them. And I watched their video today. They posted their conference video today, and I'm in it. I'm in their video. Like, I was freaking out like you cannot even imagine. The dogs were in the kennel looking at me like I had done lost my mind because I was so excited that Mike and Jenny were talking about me. So that was so cool. So there was so much going on. There were so many people there to talk to and visit. There were people that were coming up wanting to take pictures with me, like, we know you, we watched your channel. And I'm going, what? I'm like nobody, you know, compared to all these people that are walking around. I'm nobody. But it was really cool. And I mean, you know, just not just people coming up to me, but man, it was just neat. It was so neat to meet everybody. Yeah, I got to meet Bandana Grandma. She's in here. And, you know, it was so cool. I mean, we stood and we had a conversation, you know, just like we knew each other forever. I mean, it was just really, really cool. So, you know, you definitely know that you belong to this community of people, and it's just awesome. It's just awesome. So I love it. I absolutely love it. So there's that. Yeah, Bandana, they actually had the little arrow thingy pointing to point to you, Bandana Grandma. Oh, it was so funny. So yeah, Two Family says that she had someone come up to her and give her an apron that she crocheted, and I was like, are you sure you want me to have this? Yeah, I mean, it's just so cool, you know? You don't think that. I mean, you don't go into this whole thing of, oh, I'm going to make YouTube videos to get rich and famous or anything like that, or even remotely recognizable. You know, you don't go into it like that. It's like, okay, there are 5 people watching right now. Okay, actually, I have 10 people watching right now. You know, they have 10 people watching my live stream. So surely I'm not a recognizable person. But these people were coming up to me and they're like, hey, we watch your channel, or hey, we follow you on Instagram. And it's like, wow, really? That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Cherish says, don't touch me. I'm famous. Here we go. Yeah. Hey, Bob Homestead, how's it going? So, well, it was just really cool. I mean, there was so much going on. There was absolutely so much of this whole like fangirl thing going on. Like, oh my God, so cool. Okay, I'm done. Okay. So anyway, Cherish, I absolutely have to have a t-shirt, darling. So we need to work out this whole t-shirt thing. So make sure you let me know if you're going to be here on the 18th. I want a shirt. Bandana says 2 people recognized me, one by my voice. She spun around when she heard me talking. It was pretty funny. So I guess both my fans were there. This coming from the gal who has, you know, thousands of subscribers. But it was just so cool. Yeah, the black one, Sherry. That's pretty cool. I think I have to have a sparkly one. I'm not generally a sparkly kind of girl, but that was really cute. You did a good job on those. They were really cute. Yes. Listen, y'all, if y'all don't know this, Miss Sherry is like my fairy godmother. I managed to go home with not only Carla Emery's book, Esther's book signed and autographed for me. I got a Southern Mama's Coffee Break coffee mug and a big bag of grubs for my chickens. It just magically happened. I'm not exactly sure how it happened. But it happened. So thank you too much for that. Yes. So anyway, oh yeah. No, are you kidding me? You do not owe me $5 for that jam. Jeez Louise, lady. Oh, listen, Cherish, I did not forget. I was reading the rest of the book on the way up there, and I had it in my little crochet bag right next to me. So I was not going to leave there without tracking her down, because I thought I was going to have to track her down. Little did I know, she came into the barn looking for me, and she was coming to check out my yarn. So I was so excited. I mean, that's the kind of cool stuff that was happening. Like, really cool. She walked into the barn. She looked both directions. She goes, Dana! And she comes over to get yarn from me. And I'm going, oh my God, that's Esther Emery! So cool. But anyway, so there was that. Hey, Big Bear's in the house. How's it going? So yeah, I mean, super, super cool event. Everything was going on. Everything went really well. I mean, we're talking about an event that this is like the first year it's gone on. And if you didn't know that, you would never know that, because it went so well. I mean, it went so well. Amy and the girls, y'all did a really good job. Everybody that was involved did a really good job. It was really well put together. The fairgrounds was an incredible place to do it. And then I'm not going to say anything too embarrassing about a certain person who's in this room, but that certain person knows who that certain person is. Actually, really is a very cool person, contrary to the persona he likes to think that he has, and really and truly is a pretty cool dude, and did an awful lot for the conference. So, you know, we all want to tell him thank you, and I think we've all been telling him thank you, and we really appreciate it, truly, like really truly. So I'm not gonna say anything else, because you know. Yes, I am. I didn't rat you out, man. It wasn't me. So, yeah, absolutely. Bandana says Amanda's kids and Tangie's kids were great. They absolutely were. I mean, you talk about some close-knit folks who do what needs to be done to get the job done. Man, you want to be at this conference next year. And so I'm just going to say, and then I'm going to move on to something else, because I know there's a lot of videos out there, and that's why I haven't done a video, because I knew there would be a lot of videos, and I don't really have a whole lot of video to post, because, you know, my view was doing this all day. But I did notice a lot of stuff that happened, you know, or didn't happen, and, you know, it was really nice. It was really well laid out. Everything ran super smooth. It was great. It was absolutely fantastic. Next year is supposed to be a 2-day event. We assume that it may be in October again like this year, but who knows? You know, that's still a year away, and they're working on it. Let's let Amy decompress for a couple of days before we start hitting her up for details about the next year's festivities. I'm sure she would appreciate that. I do happen to know that there are speakers that I think have already agreed to come, but everything is hush hush on that. Like, you just gotta wait. You just gotta wait and see. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be amazing. So make sure that you make plans. Make sure that you plan to get some days off. Make sure that you plan to save up for the road trip or the airline or whatever you need to do, because it is going to be incredible. Now, I will tell you, oh, Chair says, almost positive that it's the 12th and the 13th. You can always ask me. I'm in the know. Big Bear says, I know. I'm not saying. They know. You ask them. So Cherish is saying the 12th through the 13th. Oh, 11th through the 13th. That's in October, correct, guys? I assume. Okay, so it's going to be relatively the same weekend this time next year. So prepare, plan, be ready, because I'm telling you, it was awesome. It was awesome. So, okay, that being said, all of the wonderful, cool people that were there, Big Bear was there, aldermans were there. It was all just really awesome. It was really awesome. So, anyway, moving right along. Once we left the conference, first of all, we didn't realize that Washington, D.C. was like 48 miles away. That was really cool. And we have not been that far northeast before, ever. So we definitely had to make the trip up to Washington, D.C., and that was so much fun. You can actually see a lot of the sights. Yeah, Tim says 48.1 miles. He checked it for me. You can see a lot of the sites that you would want to see in Washington, D.C. for free. So if you're going to go to the conference anyway, and you don't live in Virginia, and you're not that close, then plan to make a week of it. Take a couple of days and go up to D.C. Like, it was a great time. We left Warrenton, it might have been about 11 o'clock in the morning. And we got to DC just before noon, or right about. We were there until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we saw so much cool stuff. Of course, we saw the White House. We saw the Eisenhower building. We saw the Department of Treasury. We saw, oh gosh, we saw all of the departments of buildings, and they're all really close together. I mean, you think about the White House and you look at the pictures and you think that it's, you know, far away from things and that it's got this massive, huge yard, but it's not. It's big. I mean, it's a big house, but it's got business buildings on either side of it, and the yard isn't nearly as big as they make it look in the postcards. But it is pretty cool to see, and it's really cool to see the Secret Service there. And not only that, but when we were done with our tour, we had gone over to see the Washington Monument. We went to the World War II Memorial. We went to the Vietnam War Memorial. We walked through the park and walked along the reflection pool. And we went over to the Lincoln Memorial as well. And then on our way back to the truck, which was maybe a block away from the White House, we were getting ready to cross the road, and Secret Service was blocking that bugger off. And let me tell you, those folks had rifles, and I thought, holy mackerel, what's going on? We sat there, and I'm telling you, I'm not going to say it was the president that we saw, but it was definitely somebody in the first family in that vehicle, in that processional going up towards the buildings. So that was the most cool thing I've ever seen, just because of what it was. They had, I don't know how many blocks worth of traffic completely blocked off, and cars lined up waiting to go through, and the traffic was totally blocked. So it was like the path was on this road. They had this block blocked off. They, of course, had the center section totally clear. So they had this one blocked off. They had this one blocked off. So 2 blocks worth of roads for 3 or 4 blocks, I think, something like that. So, I mean, totally clear. So that was pretty cool. And it was actually kind of funny. I guess not really funny, but it was funny for me. But we were standing there watching, and oh, it was the First Lady. Oh, that's awesome. But there was a guy that was standing in the crowd on, okay, if the White House is here, we were at this block corner right here. At that corner, there was a man standing in the crowd up here, and he had taken off running through the crowd like he was going towards the corner where the White House was. And you could hear the cops screaming at him, hey, you know, and he kept running. They tackled him in the crowd, and we're just standing there like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. Not really. That's not really fun. I wouldn't want to be tackled by Secret Service, but you know, I mean, being on the backside, it was kind of cool to watch somebody else be stupid and get tackled. Like, it was kind of cool. They are fast. They are wicked fast. So, but yeah, man, they had a car pulled around, taking him off real quick, like. So, but that was interesting. It was really neat to see how it was just like shut everything down, man. I mean, shut it down. So, but and then the minute that they packed up, traffic proceeded on as usual, like nothing happened. And, you know, I'm thinking, okay, that's really cool for me to see because I've never seen anything orchestrated like that before. You know, I've never seen anything like that happen before. But for the people who live there to have to deal with that on a regular basis, like, cripes almighty, can they just leave at midnight when everybody's at home in bed? You know, why do they have to do it in the middle of the daytime with 500,000 people trying to get home? You know, I could see how they may not think it's as cool as I did. So anyway, that was pretty neat. But no, we didn't get to go to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. We actually didn't get to go to Arlington at all. We want to, but we expect that we're going to go back and we're going to make a family weekend of it. We didn't have Hannah with us, so you know, it was kind of like, okay. Yes, exactly, Cherish. She says, most exciting thing that happens for us is when Dolly comes to town. Yes. I mean, this was just crazy. You know what else was crazy? I mean, I know that people see this sort of thing every day, but podunk hillbillies don't see this sort of thing every day. We had pulled up to the light and was getting ready to turn the corner, and there was a guy sleeping in a sleeping bag right there next to the road, and people just walking by him like he doesn't even exist, and it's broad daylight. You know, like, that was weird. I mean, I know it happens. It was really sad. I mean, it's super sad, but it was strange how people just like he doesn't even exist there, you know? That was really intense for me. I thought, gosh, that's to see it so much that you're completely numb to it, you know, that you don't even blink or bat an eye at the fact that there's someone sleeping on the sidewalk. Anyway, it just, like, that really just blew my mind. So, and then not 2 blocks away from the White House, there's an actual homeless camp. I mean, like, tents in the middle of town in this tiny little park, and they're built up on pallets, and they've got tarps and garbage bags and grocery carts and clothes hanging up on the grocery carts and all kinds of stuff. Like, really strange. Really, really strange. So it was definitely interesting to see this kind of stuff, but also, like, really, really sad that, you know, that stuff is happening 2 blocks from our White House. What does that say about our country? You know? I mean, we're supposed to be one of the richest countries in the world, but we've got people sleeping on the sidewalk 2 blocks from our capital. Weird. Anyway, not going political. Not going to get into that. Not going into that. But anyway, let me look on here because you girls and guys have been chatting. Yes, Cherish, you are absolutely right. While congressmen argue over stuff that doesn't matter, they make millions. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Let's see. Wonderful Blessed Life says you should see our main street. A good 100+ people standing outside watching. We had a tractor crash a few months back. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check out the Library of Congress. I know there's a lot of things that we didn't get to see that we want to. We didn't know that the Smithsonian was free. We weren't planning on spending a lot of extra money while we were up there, and we just wanted to walk around the things and see what we could see right quick. In fact, in the first place, we weren't even going to get out of the truck. We were just going to drive around them. You don't drive around the Washington Monument and the World War II Memorial and the Vietnam War Memorial and the reflection pool. You don't even see them up close if you don't get out and walk. And that's something else that was really interesting about DC. Everybody rides bicycles. They have little substations right on the sidewalk. You put your credit card in there, you take a bicycle, and you go. And then you come back later and you put the bike back in the rack, and it's done. And it's the weirdest thing I ever saw. That and the parking meters. That's it. Parking meters with credit card readers in them. Telling you, man. Way too high tech for these folks. We were standing there looking like monkeys doing a math problem, trying to figure out how to work this stupid parking meter, when this poor fellow walks by and clearly is saying, okay, these folks don't belong here, proceeds to tell us how you don't have to pay for parking on Sundays. It's free, so don't worry about it. And we're like, are you trying to get us in trouble or what? Like, is that bad? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we were, though. We were looking at it like, what are we supposed to do here? You know, we're kind of looking around it and everything. And then it didn't help that our particular parking meter was broke. So, you know, most of you have seen parking meters, right? There's the two together. This one is for this spot and this one's for this spot. This one was digital and it had numbers and it had little dots and stuff and it was working, but this one was totally blank. And so it wasn't just that we couldn't figure it out. It was also that it was broken or whatever. So naturally, the people who wouldn't be able to figure it out in the first place get the broken one that can't help them. So there's that. So we're really thankful that this man came over and said, you know, what you can do. And in true fashion, I mean, as soon as he says, hey, you don't have to pay for it, just go ahead and go. And I'm like, bless your heart. Thank you so much for helping us. We're kind of retarded right now. So, I mean, truly, we're standing there looking like, wow, I have absolutely no idea how to work a parking meter. So anyway, Cherish, yes, I will message you. Actually, I'll message you here in a minute. Oh my goodness. Matt wants to know what I want for dinner. It's his night to cook, but he got called out, so he's going to go get takeout. What should we tell him to bring? McDonald's, Wendy's. Are you close to Burger King?
Where are you close to?
we have only fast food options here in hillbilly country, you know?
What? He's eating the shop.
Oh, I don't care. Just wherever he goes, he knows it's fine.
Just wherever you go.
Everybody on the news feed says hello. We're doing live stream, darling. You say hi. Hi. This is technological as it gets, y'all. As technological as it gets. All right, there you go. Thank you, dear. Oh, goodness. I'm telling you. Hey, you know what? Listen, Crystal is good, but the nearest one is like 15 miles. Well, no. Yeah, about 15 miles away. I don't have a Crystal close by. Wendy's, yes. Yes, Wendy's is actually the one that normally we get. So, Tim, yeah. You know where the nearest one of those is? An hour and some away. Yes, Cherish, a Baconator. That's my favorite. So, you know, actually, speaking of how far away everything is and all that stuff, I'll tell you something. You guys know that we're not originally from Tennessee. Now, I've always been pretty much my whole life south of the Mason-Dixon line, but I'm born and raised most of my life in Oklahoma. But we've been in Tennessee long enough. This is home. This is where we're going to stay. You know, this is, sorry, y'all. This is our place. But, you know, and we love it here. Tennessee is beautiful. East Tennessee is God's country. It is gorgeous out here. It is gorgeous out here. So much that we'd be willing to let our family stay behind just so that we could live here. Like, gorgeous. But that being said, let me tell you a little something about the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia. Holy hello. It is beautiful. Beautiful. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Ours is 50 miles away in Knoxville. Are y'all talking about Hooters? Yes, near David's Bridal. You sure are. Yes, Hope's Homestead says East Tennessee was crafted by the hand of God and perfect. Jesus resides here. That is right. That is right. It is absolutely beautiful. Like, I am thoroughly convinced that in a past life I was born and raised here. In fact, so much to the point when we were looking to buy a place and we were looking at this one, there is a cabin just about 12 miles up the road, maybe 13, 14, somewhere in there. It's really close. It sits on 18 acres. The original part of the cabin was built in the 1850s. The second part of it was built in 1911, and the third part, the final part of it, was built in 1983. And I am telling you, when I first saw that property, I knew I was home. Like, that was my home. And that poor house was run down so much, like it needed the complete water line redone, and it needed a new roof, and it had some other issues. There was one of the additions that they had built a crawl space under, and they didn't get it set right, and so the foundation had started settling, and that the corner of that room was sitting at an angle. So there was no way we were getting any kind of a loan that would pay for that property, that would let us have that property. But if it had not been for that, we would be living in an old log cabin that had cedar pole rails on the porch. I mean, like, that's home. But Virginia really is beautiful. Virginia really is beautiful. Anyway, moving on from that. Oh, my phone says that I've got a live stream tonight. Y'all know that? So, okay, I have some other things to talk about too, though. I've spent most of my time talking about the conference in DC, and I said I was going to get this stuff done. Okay, so I want to give an update on my garden, only because, number one, we ended up not doing our fall winter garden. It's not happening this year. Between the conference and the craft fairs and everything, it's not happening this year. It's not happening. So I'm not going to stress it. I'm okay. We did a huge summer garden that is holding us over really well. So it's okay. You know what, Sherry? You go get that property that I'm telling you about, because you don't have to worry about the GI Bill or the VA loan not approving it. So you go get that, and then I'll let you have this one, and I'll go take that one. See? It works. And then you've got a move-in ready house, and we can get our fixer-upper. There you go. Oh, Jason, the craft fair, is it Jason or Robin? Whoever it is. The craft fair is the 18th of November. And if you want in, message me on Facebook like now. I've got, I think, 6 spots left, and then it's full. So message me on Facebook, and I'll work you through the steps of getting the registration form and the money done. And Cherish, same thing with you guys. I think I actually already have Kaylee wrote down, so I think she's in. But I need to know if you guys want in so that I can get you on the list, because like I said, there's only a couple spots left. So, okay, garden. Water and then garden. So, man, you're tough. Hope's Homestead says, tell Robin she's beautiful and my friend and I love her so very much. And Jason, you smell. Well, Robin is beautiful. And she's very sweet. Jason's not terrible. So, okay. But the whole garden thing, no fall winter garden. However, I still have tomatoes out there producing. Goodness. No one loves me this much ever. I still have tomatoes out there producing like crazy. I've got cherry tomatoes out there. Like I can pick a basket full of cherry tomatoes. So awesome. I have a Cherokee purple tomato that has the one and only Cherokee purple tomato. And it has produced like crazy. It is awesome. Hey, Green Gables, how's it going? So I didn't do any okra, but you know, I've got all these tomato plants. They are still going crazy, and my peppers are still going crazy. And you guys know that I've talked to you about the peppers before, about the different varieties, and like they were doing some weird stuff. But anyway, absolutely awesome. My strawberry plants are still going strong, and they are amazing. I've got, let's see, the sweet potatoes are still there, and we'll be harvesting them, I think, probably this week. We need to go out and dig some up and see if they're ready, but I'm hoping that they are. Yeah, strawberries. I have a whole bunch of them in a raised bed. It's actually a 3-foot by 3-foot raised bed, and it started out with 9 plants, but it has quickly grown, like it's totally covered in. And I kind of get careful, like I grab a stick, you know, and I'm kind of like moving the leaves and stuff around because I'm just sure that there's going to be a snake hidden in there, you know. We've seen a few little black snakes over in there, and I'm just sure there's going to be one just hanging out in there, and I'm going to put my hand in there, and that's going to freak me out. So I'm all well with them as long as I know they're there and they're over there. So, you know. But anyway, on top of the tomatoes, peppers, strawberries, and sweet potatoes, we have our loofah. Now, I got seeds from Big Bear's Homestead, and I planted one plant because I was told that they spread like wildfire. One plant. That one plant took over the entire corner of the garden, like seriously took over the corner of the garden. And so I went out there today to look because they weren't ready yet when we went to the conference. We were hoping that there'd be some ready so I could take some seeds up, but you know, it is what it is. But I went out there today, and there were a few of them that were ready to go. So I cut them off, and holy mackerel, those stems are seriously strong. Like, seriously strong. Yeah, I know you did. Like, one seed, one plant, explosion of them. Like, serious. Anyway. So, yeah, but there's, I don't know, probably 30 or so, and they're huge. So, anyway, in the next few days, I would imagine I'll be collecting more of them. But, hey. First of all, settle down, y'all. Settle down. Have you guys taken the vines? Have you taken them apart and made like string or tying materials with them? Have you guys used them for anything like that? Because I mean, I noticed when I was trying to get the one off, I had separated the stem. It was kind of dried out a little bit, and it makes like threads. And I mean, they're pretty thick and they're sturdy, almost like sinew. I mean, obviously it's plant material and not animal, but I mean, it's really strong. So, Tim, you really want some seeds? Loofah seeds, really? If you really do, send me a message. Send me a message and I'll send you some. Uh, he says, no, not yet, but I bet Robin will try now. Thanks. No, I'm serious, though, because I was twisting. I thought that I would just twist it off the vine, you know, and that didn't work out well for me, by the way, but I tried to twist it off. For those who don't know, you definitely want some scissors or a knife to cut your loofah off of the vine because it is really, really tough. But when I was twisting it off, I mean, it came apart and like it was still attached on each end, but it separated almost like threads of yarn, you know, the different plies of the yarn. And there was, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 different threads of it. And I'm saying it was tough. So, yes, exactly, Robin. I'm thinking you could probably braid it into something, you know? Like, that's something I'm thinking I'm going to try. But anyway, yes, there it is. So anyway, that was definitely something. So there's going to be a video out soon on me learning processing loofah, peeling the skin off of it and cleaning it up and stuff. Hey Robin, do you bleach your loofah or anything? I mean, do you how do you clean it to get it brighter? I don't want it necessarily white, but you know, it's kind of dark on one side of it, like where it was laying up against the fence. So anyway, let me know. I'll message you. I'll private message you and chat with you about it. But I'll do a quick little video about that because it's pretty cool. And, you know, it's the first time I've done that. Yeah. Jason says, be careful. Those seeds will go everywhere. I had pulled one off of the vine and I had heard it rattle and I was like, okay, that's fine. Well, I turned it and it had a hole in the bottom. So I'm going out there tomorrow when it's daylight and picking those seeds up like they are going to be Jack and the Beanstalk seeds if I don't. Like with a serious intent. So let's see. Green Gables says that they're very interested in seeing the process. Yeah, I'll post the video of the whole thing, just so that, you know, for my record and so you guys can see. And I mean, it's going to be fun. I'm excited about it. So it's something new that I've not done before. So yay. Pia says, sweet chicken, okay? Yes. Pip is a-okay, just fine. He's outside with the Polish girls and has actually been outside for a couple of weeks now. And it is so funny because I can sometimes hear, because the office room where I'm at is right here on the front right side of the house. He's on the front left side of the house on the other side of the driveway. And occasionally in the morning, I can hear his little trying to grow. That is the funniest, cutest little sound. Jason, don't say that. That's not funny. That's not funny. Big Bear says you're going to have so many plants next year. And Robin says she doesn't clean it. She lets it be loofah au naturel. So, okay, I'm definitely going to be out there in the morning on my hands and knees looking for those stupid seeds. So, yeah, Mr. Pip. Green Gables, Morning Glory actually were in our garden too. And every time I saw them coming up, I was just yanking them out. But yeah, they're all over. They are all over. Cherish, do you really want to know the answer to that question, darling? Hope's Homestead asks, how much is your wheel? The wheel that I took to the conference was right about $2,000. And that's why I was so concerned about it when I got there and was like, oh crap, that ground, I'm not putting my wheel on that ground. That's why I spin barefoot, and it gets cleaned regularly and it gets oiled regularly. And I'm telling you, I treat it like the Queen of Sheba. So, well, yeah, it is expensive. Let's see here. Oh, okay. I know, I didn't need it, Jason. I actually had brought a rug, just an old junky rug, because I thought that we would be out on gravel. So, and I wasn't going to let it get kind of, it'll get scratched and scuffed and everything else, and that kind of money. I don't want to, it's beautiful and I don't want it to get hurt. So, but yeah, I had a rug that I could put down, and I didn't want your furs to get nasty, because I'm telling you, I don't know what was it. It wasn't just dirt. It wasn't just dirt and straw. There was something in that dirt that was magnetic, because it was sticking to our magnets that we dropped. Like, it was, I don't know what it was, but it was something weird, and I wouldn't want you to put your furs on that crap either. So, but yeah, definitely look for it in the Pratt's video, Pia, because, and actually Two Family did an interview with me, which was pretty cool. And Daryl was talking to me while I was spinning, so you can find it there too. But anyway, the wheel was fine because I had put that rug down, but the big thing I was worried about once I got started was the moisture in the air, because that cool, moist air, it was starting to kind of make the wheel creak a little bit. And I was a little worried that it might get warped or something, but we just kept an eye on it, and just took care of it and make sure that it was going to be okay. And it's fine. I've cleaned it already, and I've oiled it again already, and gave it a big hug and kiss and said, thank you for doing such a good job. So the drop spindles, Cherish, I will have some of those, some of the ones I have left. I'll have them there on the 18th, and those are $15. Those are super cheap. I don't want to say cheap like they're junk, but they're really inexpensive. We actually make those ourselves. So they're oak spindle, oak whirl, and a nice little eye hook. So I mean, they're meant to take a beating, and they handle really well, and they hold up really well. So, and if somebody's wanting to learn how to spin, either you or Kaylee or whoever, I would actually recommend a drop spindle first anyways, because you can decide if you actually want to take the time to learn how to use a wheel. Plus, if you learn how to use the drop spindle really well, the wheel is super simple. I mean, it's like there's not even really that much of a learning curve once you get done with the drop spindle. You could sit down to a wheel and just start. I am getting a scratchy throat. Jason, Big Bear asks, will you be spinning our wool at the craft show? I am expecting to have, in fact, I know I will. I am working on the white stuff that is already carded on the bump. And the blue stuff that was on the drum carder. Oh, no, I'm not going to show you yet. You'll see. I will have your white stuff and your blue stuff already yarned for you on the 18th. That bag of stuff that I showed you with all of the dirt and debris in it, that is going to be a winter project, darling. It may actually be a while. I mean, you know, like January, February or something like that. So, because it's really, really dirty. And the thing is, if I take more time up front to pick it clean, then it'll be a much nicer yarn when it's done. So it's better to take more time to pick all the stuff out now and do it really nice than it is to just rush through it, and then there's a lot of dirt and debris and stuff in your yarn, and you know, I would rather take the time. So no, actually, you know what? I could tell a lot about you guys by processing your sheep's wool, because I found sequins and glitter and, and little wrappers and all sorts of things in that fleece. Like, the girls must live with the sheep and play house with them, because you could tell that they definitely belong to little girls. I thought it was hilarious. I'm picking through this and I'm going, what is that? Oh man. So yeah. Anyway, it was colorful. So, but anyway, I wanted to show you guys. Let's see. I will see if Cockeyed is going to do the wool. We let her try. If not, you want it. What? If what are you talking about, Jason? I will see if Cockeyed is going to do the wool. We let her try. Oh. Oh, so you gave somebody else some wool already and they haven't done it yet? Is that what you're saying? See you later, Tim. Thank you. I call ivy vines from the devil. Yes. Is that what you were saying, Jason? That somebody else, that Cockeyed has some wool and you don't know if she's done it yet? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If it's, is it some of this stuff like what I've already got? Hey, Suburban, how's it going? Where you been? You're late. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's fine, Jason. Just let me know. So, anyway, you really want to see the blue stuff? Miss Robin, you want to see the blue stuff? I'll ask you. Jason doesn't count, does he? Okay, now when I picked that stuff up from you, I thought you had said that the ewes were brown and the ram was white. She's like, heck to the yeah. And we'll make arrangements to get the wool to you in the spring. Okay, so you're going to shear in the spring and then you're going to bring them to me? Or, I mean, we'll get together. Either, you know, we'll meet up or whatever. Okay, okay. All right, sounds good. All right, hold on. Let me get it. I got to move the wheel out of the way. Okay, are you ready? This is the blue stuff. I'm telling you, this blue stuff is really pretty. Really pretty. You ready? Let me see if I can get it to actually. Now this stuff hasn't, this little bit here, this is what I have left that's on the Carter. It actually looks really, really like blue here, but it's a turquoisey blue. I just can't get it to get a true look, but it's, let me see if I hold it up to green. No, it still looks blue. This is some yarn that I did not too long ago. This is alpaca, but when I was doing the colors, I colored this one, and it's super cool. But this, I mean, it's funny to sit here and look at this, and I'm seeing this turquoise blue here, and I'm seeing a like electric blue there. Oh, that is so cool. Big Bear says, we are keeping our sheep because of you, Dana. You're an answer to prayer. That is so cool. Miss Pia, yes, I will. I actually keep a jar of, every fall I make this little, like a tea tonic thing. It's in a little jelly jar, and I take a lemon, I slice it in half long ways, and then slice it into little half wedge slices. And I chop up some ginger, and I mix that up, and I put it into that little jelly jar, and then I top it off with honey and pat it down and top it off and pat it down and top it off, and let it sit. And then after a little bit, the honey, the sugars in the honey breaks down the lemon and the ginger and everything, and it makes this little kind of a slurry of stuff. And then you can just take a couple of scoops of that and put it into a little teacup with hot water and drink it like a tea, and it works really good. And I'm going to go do that here in just a minute. Hello, Hannah. Okay. She says Dad's home. So, yeah, whiskey is always good too. But anyway, Jason, you guys, that is so cool. Like, I really am thrilled to hear that. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys love it. I enjoyed working with it. So I'll get this stuff done, and you guys are going to love it. This one's beautiful. You guys think those colors that you got were good? This one's beautiful. I'm just telling you, this one's my favorite. So anyway, all right, guys, it is well after 9 o'clock, and I never run over because I don't want to interrupt Pratt's, and I want to get over there and say hi. So, so I'm going to let you guys go, and thank y'all so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. This was probably one of my most favorite live stream chats ever, so thank you guys so much for that. All right, guys, Big Bear, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cherish, I'll talk to you soon. Everybody else, I'll talk to y'all next week. See y'all later. Bye.